Hey, what's up everyone, it's your girl Brand Shanae, and today I have some bookish mail I wanted to share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first off, before I even begin showing you what I received in the mail, I would like to apologize if you hear something in the background. My husband's playing 2K, so yeah, so just ignore that annoying noise in the background. But anyway, so the first thing I'm going to be opening is a package I received. So let's open this one. I sort of opened it a little bit to see what it is, and it is bookish mail. So just wanted to make sure. So I'm sharing, the right things to you all. So, okay, so this is a book from Hear Our Voices. It's a book tour that I'm going to be part of. It starts in October. I'm so excited to read this. And so before I even get into this, it also came with the book. And it says, it pretty much says like Dear Media Colleague and all that stuff. It says The Daughters of Jubilation, which is by Kara Lee Catherine. It says will entertain, challenge, and inspire audiences. It says that she looks forward to discussing plans for coverage for the book and everything like that when the time comes. And then it says, right here, it says Deep Roots, Kara Lee Catherine on the inspiration for Daughters of Jubilation. I've been asked what inspired me to write Daughter of Jubilation, and most likely when it's out in the world and more people read it, I'll be asked again. I didn't have an answer at first because many of my ideas come from a subconscious place that I can't articulate. And then I remembered a photograph I saw once that left a deep impression on me. It's from Gordon Parks' Untitled Mobile, Alabama, 1956 series. In the photo, there's a little black girl in the foreground, a house with some people on the porch in the background, and what appears to be a strange disturbance coming from her head. Maybe it's smoke, a distant twister, or a cloud of dust. But when I saw the photo, knowing the context that Parks was chronicling the lives of everyday black people living under Jim Crow, my imagination wondered what life might have been like for this girl if she did in fact have magical powers, and with just one thought, she could wreak havoc on the world. This was a pivotal moment of inspiration for me, but I already had inklings of what I wanted the book to be before seeing the picture. So where did the idea come from, really? I wanted to know, not just so I could have a ready answer for this question or further question, but because I wanted to understand my connection to the world I created in a deeper way. I spoke to my sister, fellow writer Kia Catherine, on the phone about this recently. I honestly couldn't think of the reason I was drawn to tell this particular story in this particular time other than the simple fact that it interested me. So I asked her if I'd ever said anything about its origins to her. She remembered me talking about music from the era. It's true that I like a lot of different kinds of music, and I love the pop R&B sound of the early 1960s. Just before Motown's heyday, songs in this genre were a little messier, a little rougher around the edges. YouTube, Bunker Hill's, Hide and Go Seek, and you'll hear what I'm talking about. At first I laughed. Did I seriously decide to set a whole novel in the 60s because of the cool playlist I could make? But we kept talking, and I finally found the deep down root, which completely surprised me. This was the music my mother listened to when she was young. Evie is a part of my mom's generation. I was a late baby in my family. The sister I mentioned above is about a decade and a half older than I am. My mother didn't talk much about her young adult years with me. I was grown when I learned that she married a guy right out of high school and divorced him before she met my dad. She did show me her senior year high school yearbook. It was her first year at the same high school where I graduated, and it was only the second year the school was integrated. She showed me the old brick building that was once the school for all the black children in the county, K through 12, the George Washington Carver School. By the time I was little, the building was out of use. In the early 2000s, it became a community center, and sadly, as of January 2020, is on the verge of being destroyed. At Carver, my mom was a basketball player and a cheerleader. It wasn't the same when she had to leave to attend the white school. Evie represents that part of my mother that knew how to enjoy life despite given circumstances suggesting otherwise. The part of my mother I wish I could have known. In a 2000 interview, the great Octavia Butler said something that has stayed with me. My characters, who are often black and female, behave as though they have no limitations. In Evelyn, Evie Deschamps, I aim to create a protagonist, a black female who behaves as though she has no limitations, and the ones that others project onto her. They don't count. It's South Carolina. It's 1962, and is her reality. Does she enjoy sitting in the back section of the public bus? No. Is it fun to be treated as if she's guilty of some crime just for walking into a store? Hell no. But those things don't defeat or define her. My mother passed away 15 years ago, so I can't ask her what her late teens were like before she had her first child at age 22 or 21. Though she had no magical powers aside from her exceptional talents as a sketch artist and sculptor, more than any other thing I've written, Daughters of Jubilation was my way of digging into who my mother might have been before I was even a thought. To be clear, Evie is a fictitious creation, not literally based on my mom. Regardless, I hope my mother would have enjoyed the book and that it would have made her nostalgic for the young adulthood that ended too soon. So of course, that is the main character's name. Her name is Evie Daskamp. And this already sounds amazing. Even the cover is beautiful. I do like this a lot. Like I said, this comes out in October of this year, and I'm going to be reading this before the release date. But I really am looking forward to this. I think this is definitely relevant for today and in today's times, especially, you know, being Black in America. And of course, this takes place within the Jim Crow era. So, you know, all about Jim Crow and all the laws and everything. It was just a lot of bullcrap in my opinion about the Jim Crow laws, but yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, let me go ahead and read the back of it so maybe you can get just a more detail of what it's about. So it says, in the Jim Crow South, white supremacy reigns and tensions are high, but Eveline Descamp, or aka Evie, has other things to worry about. She has 2 little sisters to look after, an overworked single mother, and a longtime crush who is finally making a move. On top of all that, Evie's magic abilities are growing stronger by the day. Her family calls it Jubilation, a gift passed down from generations of Black women since the time of slavery. And as her own magic continues to unlock, something dark comes loose and threatens to resurface. When the demons of Evie's past finally shake free, she must embrace her mighty lineage and summon the power that lies within her. And so this is Kara Lee Cochran, right here in the background, right here. So that's the author. She's so gorgeous. She's so pretty. But there is the author, and like I said, this book comes out in October, so look out for this book. But as you can see, this is a beautiful cover and it's gorgeous. And I'm glad that they provided me this note. It gives you more facts about about the book and everything. It's a coming of age YA novel with a supernatural twist and all that. So obviously, you know, that's amazing. Can you imagine during Jim Crow and you have magical powers where you can like make a difference? Like, I feel like a lot of people will want to have those type of abilities during the Jim Crow South, especially with so much discrimination, no justice, being like brutality, white supremacy, and all that. Is just, I can only imagine. So like I said, it has like a supernatural twist set in the Jim Crow South. The Black teen protagonist, she uses her magical, you know, abilities to combat white supremacy. So like I said, I think everybody back then probably wished they had magical powers during that time and defeat white supremacy. Hell, I wish I had that. I wish I had magical powers now, which is happening currently with white supremacy, and it is the year 2020. You know, so like I said, this book already sounds amazing, and I'm going to be reading this for the Hear Our Voices book tour. So definitely look out for that video when I post it and give you my review and maybe some quotes that I love from this book altogether. But here is this book, Daughters of Jubilation by Kara Lee Cochran. So there's that. And then I have one more package, and I know about this package. I pre-ordered it. It's from Quail Books. And I pre-ordered it. I have already read this book this year earlier on. I will leave the link up above so you can see that video for yourself on what I thought about the book and everything, because I was also part of Hear Our Voices tour, book tour for this book as well. And I had the e-arc. I didn't have a, you know, actual proof copy, like actual copy. So I wanted to have a copy of my own and everything like that. So I'm opening the box now. And I have this. I'll open this last. And maybe with that link that I showed you of the book that I'm speaking of, you already know what it is. and that is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This book was amazing. I'm actually planning on reading it probably again before the month is over, because it was that good. Like, just look at the cover. It's beautiful. It's amazing. I love it. And also, since I pre-ordered this, it's from Quail Books, so I was able to get this signed by the author, and it says "Be Legendary," and it has her signature right there. So I was able to get that, and I'm glad I pre-ordered it, because I'm like, I wanted a copy, but I want to have her sign it as well. So I was just super excited. But if you don't know what this book is about, let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you. So it says, after her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. A flying demon feeding on human energies, a secret society of so-called Legendborn students who hunt the creatures down, and a mysterious teenage mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. The mage's failure reveals Bree's own unique magic in a buried memory with a hidden connection. The night her mother died, another Merlin was at the hospital. Now that Bree knows there's more to her mother's death than what's on the police report, she'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if that means infiltrating the Legendborn as one of their initiates. She recruits Nick, a self-exiled Legendborn with his own grudge against the group, and their reluctant partnership pulls them deeper into the society's secrets and closer to each other. But when the Legendborn reveal themselves as the descendants of King Arthur's knights and explain that a magical war is coming, Bree has to decide how far she'll go for the truth and whether she should use her magic to take the society down or join the fight. So obviously this is like an Arthurian type of book, because it talks about King Arthur and Merlin and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I had to get a hard copy of this book, and like I said, I plan on reading it again before the end of the month is up. It's already September the 26th, so I'm sure I'm gonna try my best to read it again, because I really want to read it again because it's that good. But this is the cover, and just look at the spine. It's gorgeous. And then when you take the cover off, the book is, look at that. That is just amazing with the red foiling and all. So that's the bottom. So yeah, so I had to get a copy of this. And even on the back, it even says, when the shadows rise, so will the light. When blood is shed, blood will call. By the king's table for the order's might. By our eternal oaths, the line is law. So there's that. And since I also pre-ordered from Quail Books, I think I also was able to get like a poster. I'm gonna see if I can try to open this gracefully. I'm not good at opening things. It's like trying to make sure that it opens because I don't want to mess up this poster. So let me open this. So I received a poster as well, since I pre-ordered it from Quail Books, which is an independent bookstore. So here it is. I'm gonna have to get this laminated and everything, but it says, some legacies are meant to be broken. So we have that. And then on the back, it says, it says, a King Arthur reimagining that adds seats to the round table, inviting new readers to find themselves within its lore. Tracy Deonn's Legendborn braids Southern folk traditions and black girl magic into a searing modern tale of grief, power, and self-discovery. And that was said by Danielle Clayton, who has written The Bells. And then it has like all like the tree of author and all that. So you have Morgaine, you have Bors, Tristan, Lamerick, the Order of the Round Table right here, and Lancelot, and then you have Gawain and Arthur. And it says, not all truths should be carved in stone. And this, of course, it says when it was released, which was, of course, this month on the 15th of September. So there is that. So I'm definitely going to be laminating this. I got to find out where I can laminate it. I wonder if FedEx does that, or Kinko's. Does Kinko still exist? I haven't like heard of Kinko's in a long time. But yeah, but that is it, you guys. That was my little unboxing. I really hope you enjoyed my little bookish mail that I had. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see y'all soon. So See ya.